Hey, how's it going? Again, this is Shutoff. Anyway, today what I'm going to replace this standard Dometic toilet that's all plastic with a nice China bowl type toilet that's elongated. That also comes with a hand sprayer. The tools we're going to need today, I'm going to need some gloves. We're going to need some PEX clamps. We're going to need a shark bite adapter because we cut off the other PEX tubing. Now we have to tie this here into the new PEX tubing that I have right here. So I don't need this much tubing, but they sell it to you this way, so I'll just cut it down. All I need is about maybe not even 4 inches. You're going to need a water line tube. This is all 1/2 inch. A PEX cutter, a 1/2 inch wrench, some quick sealant for the bottom of the toilet, also some silicone. This comes with a built-in flange at the bottom, but I might change it out to a different one. Also, I purchased this here floor adapter for the Dometic toilet, just because I like it because it kind of sits flat on the floor. And it came with screws actually. Also, this Dometic toilet came with other screws that we're going to be using. We're not using any other the screws or any nuts and bolts from the previous toilet. We're going to discard this one here. After that, it comes with other bolts as well. We'll be using that. And it came with this Dometic Finite black tank drop-ins. So anyway, we're going to try that out. Also, forgot about the clamp. You're going to need this clamp here, this crimper, for crimping the new PEX tubing on. So come on in with me and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Hopefully this shouldn't take that long to do. I cut a little bit off this PEX reel right here. It's 25 footer. I didn't need this much, but this is probably about 8 inches right here. I want to do some setup work before we go back to the back to install the toilet. So remember that barb connector that we had earlier? Well, what I want to do, I'm going to put on my gloves because I'm going to attach this barb connector here to this PEX tubing. And then this tubing here, the other end, is going to go into the shutoff valve that I previously installed. So by putting on these rubber gloves here, what happens is that this silicone here tends to get everywhere. So that's the reason I want to set it up right now. And this way, when I go back into the back to install the toilet, at least this could be dry, or at least or setting up, because it doesn't take long for this rubber adhesive to set up, and it works really well. As long as there's no sun beaming down on it, it tends to turn yellow, but other than that, it works. So what I'm going to do is, I got some cardboard here for my lap here, so I'm going to take this connector here with the barb end. It's 1/2 inch threaded. I'm going to put some tape on it first. What the heck? Put a little Teflon tape on it. So this Teflon tape actually helps with threading, but also I'm going to put a little bit on for this barb connector too. It might not work as good as the silicone, but I'd rather have more than enough than not enough when it comes to leakage. So got that on there nice and sturdy, I should say, or nice and flat. Anyway, let's keep moving, guys. So what I'm going to do is open up this silicone here. And matter of fact, try to keep it all in one area because it gets everywhere. If it gets on this sofa right here into this fabric, you can never get it back out again. So, as you see how I got it, it's a little bead around there. We're not going to use that much. We're going to take a lot of it off. So I'm going to take this connector, put it inside just like so, and we're going to just close it up like so. And then before I rub my finger around this connector here, I'm going to put this bar clamp on here. I want to clamp it down. So what I'll do, have it just like that. Looks kind of messy, but this stuff works, folks. So I'll take my crimper and unlock it. I'll get it started. Now you can see why I have these rubber gloves on, just because this stuff will get all in your fingernails and God knows every place. So I'll get it started like so. I don't want to go too far to the end. So now that I got it crimping, rather, you just take it and give it a good tug until it locks in. So now you know that this puppy here is not going anywhere. What we're going to do, I'm going to cut off the other end to this here with my cutters. Like I mentioned to you before, I didn't need all of that 25 foot, but that's okay. So I'll just cut this much off. That's all I need. And this part here, as you saw me with the shutoff valve, that's going on into the shutoff valve section of it. And I'll do the same thing. So let's go in the back and I'll show you how that works. So now we are here in the bathroom. So what I want to do, remember earlier we put this clamp on here with the crimper and left it like a 1/8 inch gap. And we have the silicone wrapped around there so it's nice and tight. Next thing we're going to do is take the other part of this clamp here. We're just going to leave it on there for right now. And now what we're going to do is take some more of this silicone right here. I don't think I'm going to use Teflon tape. I think I'll use that for the threads. So we're going to take a little Teflon tape. Not Teflon tape, sorry about that. A little rubber silicone. And we're just going to put a bead on here like so. And I'm going to take my finger and just go around this whole barb here. A little bit goes a long ways rather. So I'm going to take this here and spin it around. I'll take it off for a bit and I'll maybe put a little bit more of the silicone on here. I have this cardboard on here so that the silicone doesn't get on the floor. So we'll add a little bit more here. That's good enough. I think we're okay. Okay, I'm going to put that on there nice and tight. Leave that 1/8 inch gap. Now you can get an idea what I'm trying to do here. So now I'll take my crimper and I'm going to crimp this clamp here. I'm going to clip this here like so. It's going to be kind of hard here. Let's see. I get in here started first, like so. It's going to be hard. There we go, starting to go. So we're going to give it a good tug. Got that 1/8 inch gap. And when it locks in, so what I'll do, I'll take the rest of the silicone here and go around this other piece of barb here. Now I want to show you guys how it looks with the connectors on the back here. Hope the GoPro can pick this up here. Anyway, as you can see, I have the connector, that's the water line, that's that gray connector you see. And below that is the metal 1/2 inch connector. Let me give you a different angle. As you can see here, I have this gray connector here, and then I ran it across. I have this other 1/2-inch connector right here that goes into this barb connector going into this PEX tubing. From the PEX tubing, I have it going into the shutoff valve, and now I can actually shut off the water line without shutting off the water to the entire rig. So I think it came out great. It looks great. Looks neat. Anyway, we're almost done with this project here. It looks looking good. We got the last part of this here. There's 2 finishing caps that goes over the screws. All I used here was a 1/2-inch wrench and a 7/16-inch wrench and an adjustable wrench. It's a pretty easy product to do. Over the weekend, the floor looks great. I like it. The bowl is sitting here nice and sturdy. Anyways, it's queued up. Hit the subscribe button on top. Give me a thumbs up if you like. And next time around, I got some more projects for you that you might like that will be in the kitchen. Take care of yourself and have